welcome back. I didn't expect to be using this video format so soon, but I figured that this kind of style might also be suited to just kind of discussion-based videos. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I tried my hardest to try and get a main channel video out of this, because I had some things to say, but I didn't really have enough to say to warrant a video on that channel. Also, I won't lie to you, Garden Warfare 2 is being very temperamental again. It's very difficult to find a game, and on top of that, it's very difficult to find enough games consecutively to make a video out of it. I did try this morning, but instead we're gonna have a chat. So I've got some notes, and I can, list off my opinions and the rest of it. But yes, new Plants vs Zombies game. Real hype. I mean, until you see what it is. I say new in like big quote marks because the version of the game I played is relatively new. It's the newest Plants vs Zombies thing to be released by PopCap. The game itself has been around since 2020, I believe. So yeah, it's a beta to PvZ Match, a Candy Crush clone with a Plants vs Zombies skin, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was the timing of this alpha being released. It was released a couple of months ago, right after the unofficial news of PvZ 3 being sunset, which means in kind of EA terminology, they're just gonna move on from this project. It's dead. We're moving on. And this whole idea of PvZ 3 being sunset makes a lot of sense because they revamped the game a couple of times, which probably wasn't cheap. And the latest thing they brought out, fans still weren't happy with. So it really doesn't surprise me that PopCap or EA or both of them, they're the same thing. They're the same entity. I know people are always trying to distinguish the two. It's the same thing. It's the same corporate blob, okay? Spending all this money on a project, they're probably just going to cut their losses and move on because no one seems happy with the product. Everyone who's played it has not liked it. So it really wouldn't surprise me that they cut their losses with this and kind of just move on. So why I feel this is eerie timing is because, PvZ 3 gets sunset. Soon afterwards, they release a very kind of mass market game, or a Candy Crush clone, which kind of says to me like, okay, this didn't work. We'll try this, the most mass market PvZ thing we can do, and if this fails, maybe the brand doesn't sell. Maybe it's the brand that's not selling and not the fact the games are awful. They're like, okay, we'll release PvZ Match, and if it does well, maybe the brand still has that same energy. PvZ Match, the game. I've got some thoughts that I played through a fair amount of the alpha, and I have some thoughts on it. And I think overall, the game is good. That's the rating I'll give it. It's not my type of game. I don't really like playing these like match style games. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Felt like a perfectly cromulent, Candy Crush type experience. You can match different colored icons and different shaped icons, and there's like different power-ups you can click on and etc. and so forth. Seems perfectly reasonable. It seems fine. The issue is, it just seems like a Candy Crush game that they just kind of slapped on some PvZ paint, some PvZ kind of varnish. But overall, I think the game's fine. If you're into these kind of games, you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. But nothing about this is PvZ. If you're a PvZ fan, this will absolutely not be your gateway into the match style of games because it doesn't offer anything PvZ. I mean, there's PvZ characters and there's Neighborville in it, and it also borrows the PvZ 3 art style. So I guess it's part of the same kind of project. This is the best way I could probably put it. But yeah, it's fine. You do a mission, you unlock various different currencies, you repair Neighborville, you make Crazy Dave happy. It's cool. Some Heroes references in here. It's fine. It's play it. You'll probably like it. I mean, there's nothing here to hate. It's not an awfully designed game or anything, but it just seems very safe. That's just my takeaway from it. But the main thing I kept thinking while playing this is are they just shoving this out to try and see if PvZ 3 or PvZ as a brand can still sell? Can still get people downloading? I fully expect this game to release. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Like I said, as a game, it's perfectly well designed and it's a perfectly decent experience, so I fully expect this to be the next thing that comes out officially. Maybe this is all just incredibly paranoid, but I can't help but take that away from this whole situation because of the timing. So, hey, have you played the alpha? Let me know in the comments. What did you think of it? Do you think anything of it? Do you have anything beyond it's a 5 out of 10 experience? Do you think this is an overly paranoid thing to think? Just let me know what your thoughts are about this whole topic in the comments section. And also, one more thing before you leave, I do a bunch of bonus content for 99p a month, so consider becoming a member. And that is everything. Alright, I'm done. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.